Well, can you believe it? It's June and we're still not able to meet together for in-person worship. I'm sure by this time you've received your chronicle and you've seen that we won't be probably meeting for in-person worship until July, maybe the third week of July. That's mainly because we really want to make sure that we keep everybody safe. A lot of the advice that we've had is that we need to be careful with the vulnerable members of our community. Those people are over 65, which is everybody, more or less. And also there are some things we've got to put in place to make sure that we can maintain that safe environment, creating paper bulletins rather than having prayer books and hymnals, and recording the names and addresses and phone numbers and stuff of people who are attending. So there's all kinds of things that we need to do to get ready. So it's going to be several weeks, and I know it's hard. So I thought that I would experiment with something new. I've heard from several of you that during this time you've been experimenting with new things. Several of you have learned how to do Zoom so you can stay connected with your family and your friends. I've learned Zoom too. And now I'm learning how to record these individual messages from my home. And in the hope that we can stay connected in some way. It's a real shame I can't see you. I know you can see me, but it's a shame this technology is not two-way. I miss seeing everybody. I miss talking to everybody. I know we all miss being together. Well, each day for my devotion, I have found that my concentration just has not been as good as it normally is. And so reading a lot of words has been kind of challenging for me. I find my mind wanders. And so I've been using something called soul support. These little cards that I got from a spiritual group that I used to be a part of called Interplay. And so I thought I'd just read one of those. I've been reading them every day for myself, and I thought I would just read one of them for us today. Pick one and see what it says. So let's see what this says. It says, it's not what you're doing, it's the pace you're doing it at. Now that's kind of an interesting thought. It's not what you're doing, it's the pace that you're doing it at. I remember a few years ago, I wrote in my journal that I was looking to have a slower, deeper, more authentic life. I was so mindful that I rush through so many things. I remember one time when I was working at the hospital, there was a big long corridor between the main hospital and the psychiatric hospital where I worked. And each day at lunchtime, I would go up to the main cafeteria and then walk back with my lunch and eat it in my office. And one time a lady stopped me and she said, "Why are you rushing?" And I realized that every day, even though it was my lunchtime, instead of just slowly walking to the cafeteria and enjoying picking out my lunch and then maybe not going back to my office, but maybe I could have gone and sat outside, done something a little bit more life-giving. I was kind of in a rush. And that's kind of the way I've been. I know I've broken several things because I try and do things too fast and don't take time to just slow down and be with the process and the moment. So that's an interesting thought today, isn't it? It's not what you're doing, it's the pace that you're doing it at. So I wonder what that might mean for you today. And if you want to, you can drop me a line by email or give me a call if you want to talk over what came up for you from that soul support card. So here we go. We'll see how this is. I'll record the odd video message and let you know when it's there. And we'll just trust and hope that we'll be able to stay connected to one another through these coming weeks. Disquieting times, I know, anxious times, hard times. But my prayer for you all is that God would continue to keep you, bless you, and hold you in the palm of God's hand. I love you. Bye-bye now.